Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Scott McIntyre, owner of Strikemore Pro Shop and Storm Staffer. Today I'm going to be reviewing that new exotic gem from Rotogrip. I'll be bowling at two different bowling centers, so huge thank you and shout out to AMF Brookgate Lanes and Euphoria Lanes in downtown Cleveland. This new big ASIM Pearl from Rotogrip is the follow-up to that big, strong, solid gem. It's got that big ASIM core, the Defiant low RG LRG core. Comes in at an RG of 2.47, diff of 0.53, and an ASIM diff of 0.16. And it's wrapped in that Microtrax Pearl with the new Storm Reactogloss finish. For the layout, I chose to do the 30 by 4 by 70. I use the Paddock app developed by Gary Faulkner to help me decide what kind of layouts I want to use on balls. I highly recommend you guys checking this app out. You can get it from the App Store, Google Play Store. This app really helps me get the ball to rev up fast. It gives me a smooth arc-type motion, plenty of down lane continuation. This is my favorite layout for these big, strong ASIMs. Primarily because on most house shots, most sport shots actually, you don't need that big, strong core to be super strong. So I like to kind of tame it down a little bit with a little bit weaker of a drilling. Now you're going to see here in the first few videos we're bowling at AMF Brookgate Lanes. A good characteristic here to note is that AMF Brookgate has brand new SPLs. They just installed them this summer, and brand new pins too. So carry's a little suspect, but you'll see that the new exotic gem really revs up fast, but gets through the front part of the lane and then just unleashes a hell of a turn. It's still pretty smooth with the layout that I've got on it, and but this new lane surface is pretty slick up front, so it's retaining quite a bit of energy. If I would have put a stronger layout on it, it probably would be too much ball, and I'd really never get to use it because it would just be too uncontrollable down lane. I've heard some people saying that this ball might be the replacement for the Altered Reality, that banned ball. Not really banned, but can't use it at nationals, a couple other tournaments. But for me, I find that it's pretty comparable to my Altered. I have pretty much the same layout that I had on my Altered Reality, and it's a very comparable motion. I really like to see it rev up like it is, and then be a nice, smooth but continuous motion. And that's the same thing that I got out of my Altered as well. It made it very usable on a wide variety of conditions. And then here in the next couple shots coming up, we're going to be moving over to Euphoria Lanes in downtown Cleveland. This house is definitely older. It's been around for many, many years, and they've got very old synthetic lanes, and the oil pattern that they have out here is very, very dry on the outside and quite wet in the middle part of the lane, so you get that cliff, and this ball really helps to blend that cliff out. So a lot of these shots are mixtures of leftover house shots, 2-day-old house shots, and there's some fresh shots in there too. I think right now you're seeing some of the leftover house shot, probably the next day or something like that. But it's still pretty clean through the front, and then it just really blends that wet dry out and roll right off the friction from the outside. And then here we've got a more broken down pattern. This was probably 2 days old, and as you can see, I'm really swinging the ball left to right, and it's got no problem getting back even with the weaker layout. It's plenty of friction to the outside, so if you're bowling in a bowling center that has a lot of friction, a lot of free hook to the right, a ball like this with a more controllable reaction is really going to be really good to use when you see that cliff develop, especially at the end of the league night, when you've got all your normal league bowlers playing up the track area, playing the outside part of the lane, and then burning it up. and you can get left, throw right, and it's definitely going to come back and not have any issues getting through the pins. And then finally, we're here at this is the fresh house shot. As you can see, there's a lot more push in the front part of the lane just because it is fresh, but it still blends the lane out really well, has a nice smooth reaction, and doesn't flip so incredibly hard that it's uncontrollable. And that's due to that layout that I put on it. I do see that it's pretty responsive to hand changes and stuff. If you play a little bit more up the back of it, it is going to be a little smoother, a little earlier read. And if you get around it, it's going to want to skid and want to flip a little harder. So depending on your play style, you can really use this ball in a lot of different ways. But that's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'll try to do some more of these videos like this where I actually get on and talk instead of just playing some music and letting you watch a few shots. Release date's December 9th, 2022, and as always, thanks for watching.